Hello and welcome, guys. This is an email marketing software tutorial, and I'm very excited to show it to you. So, basically, what we are going to do today is that I'm going to teach you all the basics of an email marketing software you have to learn, whether you want to send your own business's emails or whether you want to send businesses for your clients. Okay, now just imagine this, right? If you're questioning whether it is worth it to use email marketing software, hear me out, because it is, right? Just imagine you have like 1,000 contacts and you have to send them out, you have to send out emails manually to every single person. That's impossible, right? That's the first thing. And second thing, you will also end up in a spam if you send out thousands of emails every single day manually. It's just impossible, right? And because of that, here are things such as email marketing software that will teach you how to actually do it and do it for you. So with that said, let's get right into it. So for this case, we are going to be using an email marketing software called Brevo, okay? And I chose Brevo simply because you can also use it for free. Obviously, there are some limitations, such as smaller amount of contacts you can use. But Brevo is perfect for beginners as well as for advanced people, right? So once you start having more contacts, then you can expand your subscription and you can start paying for it. But if you just have small amounts of contacts, you can simply use the free plan and you're good to go. So let's get right into it. So first thing we're gonna do is that we're going to sign up for Brevo, okay? So what we're gonna do, right, is that we can either sign up with Google, Apple, or simply type in our login info and it will create our account for us. So let's do it. All right, so I've created my account and now I have to verify my link on my email address. So let's do it. Okay, so right now we will simply type in our first name, our last name, the company name, which is, let's just say company number 1 as a placeholder. And if you have a website, you can type in the link of your website. However, if you don't have it, you simply can click I don't have a website. And right now we'll just click on continue. So now we're gonna type in our address, zip code, city, and country. And after we're done with this, we are going to fill out the information about our company. So the first question is how many people are on your team? So if you're self-employed, if you have your own company without any employees, you simply do this. And how many contacts do you need to have? This is very important. Just type in 1 to 500 because if you type in more than 500, it's gonna offer you these paid plans. So unless you really are going to have more than 500 contacts for the beginning, you simply want to stay with this free plan because it's not needed, right? Do you sell online? Yes. And just click I don't want to receive product updates so that they don't spam your own email, okay? And just click continue. And as a last thing, you will type in your phone number just to make sure you have two-factor authentication, okay? Now, after verifying, it sends us to the subscription part right here, where we essentially select our subscription. Now, as I've told you, unless you want to pay for the subscription and you need all the additional things, simply select the free plan and you're ready to go, right? Now, the biggest difference between these free plans, you'll obviously read it over here, but it essentially allows you to have more advanced features that you will use in the future, okay? And one of the biggest advantages of having a paid email marketing plan, an email marketing software, is simply that you get to send your emails to more contacts than usual, right? It's not only 500 contacts, it's like 10,000 contacts, right? So let's just go for the free plan right now, okay? So we'll go for the free plan, and right now you can clearly see we are at the interface of the Brevo. Now, as you can clearly see, the Brevo dashboard right here in the top left corner, let me just quickly walk you through all these terms and what they mean, okay? So for this tutorial, right, we are simply going to focus on these three. So on contacts, campaigns, and automation. So your contacts are basically the email addresses that you already or your client has already collected, and those are the addresses that you will be sending out your emails to, okay? Then the next thing you have is called campaigns, and this is pretty simple. This is just basically sending your actual emails to the audience, to the contacts you already created right here. And in there, you will be sending out the emails to these contacts. And now we have automations. Now, automations are something that make your life extremely easy, okay? Just imagine this, right? Let's just imagine that you have a landing page, right? For those who don't know, a landing page is a standalone website that that takes your contact information in exchange for something free, for something valuable. So like, I guess you already know, guys, right? All of these websites that offer you free PDF, but you have to give them your email address. Or these free websites that offer you free membership for 30 days, but they need an email from you, right? So these are landing pages. And now, what automation does is that every time your audience or your customer or whoever does certain action, the automation is basically sending out the emails for you, okay? So whenever certain action is performed, the automation makes sure that the email is being sent out to that client, okay, or to that person. So it's very, it makes your life way more easier, simply because like, just imagine, right, what kind of mess you would be in if you had to send an email every single time someone signs up for your email list, or every single time someone signs up for your service. Like, just imagine, right, like how hard that would be. Like, just imagine like having to send 100 emails every single day whenever somebody does certain action, right? Just imagine like if somebody purchases your product and then you have to send the confirmation of the purchase manually. Like, that's just mission impossible, because that would be so much of headache and so much of emails that your head would just explode. And that's why we have automations, okay? Now, with that said, let's get into the next very important thing and the first step we're gonna take. So we're gonna go for our company right here, and we're gonna go to senders, domain, and dedicated IPs. Now, what we're going to do right now is, let me just move this up, that we are going to set up who is going to be the sender of your emails. In a nutshell, who these emails that you're sending out are going to be from, right? Who is going to be the sender of your emails? And let me tell you this. So when you click right here, and when you see your email address right here, you see that it's verified, and basically the Brevo uses your default email address that you signed up with as the sender. However, here's one very important thing. You see that it tells me free mail domain is not recommended, and this also tells me that using free email domain can block these emails that I'm going to send out from potential recipients. So what does this mean? Super simple, it's nothing complicated. You simply have to create your own email address, okay, and your own So you have to create an email address on your own domain. That's pretty much it. And because like I don't know why, I don't think it's needed to know, but like if you don't have custom domain, you will simply end up in spam and people will not read your email. So with that said, let me show you how to actually create your custom domain and create your own email address. All right, so what you're simply gonna do is that first you're going to create your own domain. Okay, now the domain, I would recommend you to create it either on Squarespace or on GoDaddy.com. And that is very, very simple. So let's get right into it. So right now we are at GoDaddy.com, and what you want to do is you want to simply create your domain. Now, the only thing I recommend you is to use .com endings of the domains, okay? The reason why is simply because email softwares in general like it more, and you seem way more legit than other people. So this is just that's pretty much it. So let's just type in some domain name that we want. So Jake writes copy. That's gonna be unavailable, I feel like. So let me see. Oh, snap. So Jake writes copy. JakeWritesCopy.com is 18 cents. It's absolutely amazing. So you see, the domains in there are very, very cheap. You can clearly see that. Like you see all these endings, .co, .net, .ph, which is very, very expensive. .space. You see, so you basically buy the domain over here. It's very, very simple. And when you wanna buy the domain, you simply click on it right here, make it yours, and click continue. And you're simply going to purchase the domain. So that is pretty much it. You don't need no domain protection, and yeah, this is pretty much it. Now, if you look at the last part of this checkout page, you can also create a professional email address on GoDaddy.com for 99 cents per month, which is really, really good because on Google it costs like $4 per month, and right here you can simply get it for $1. So you can set it up over here, or you can simply set up on Google, right? I'll give you both of the links for these websites. So for the Google Workspace and also for the GoDaddy. You can use either one of those. Just make sure that when you want to use Google, you create your domain on GoDaddy.com. Okay, and if you want to create your custom email on GoDaddy.com as well, you can simply use their checkout page and select this option and just continue to cart. And after that, you're gonna set it up. The setup is super simple and just pretty much do what the screen tells you to do on Google and on GoDaddy as well. So that's very, very simple. Now let me take you back to the Brevo. So as you can clearly see, it just doesn't want us to use the free email address as I told you before, and that's for obvious reasons. I've already told you that. And so what you want to do is that if you don't have like custom domain, you simply want to click edit, right? Right here, you have edit sender, which is editing the person who is going to be visible as sender. The from name is simply what your name is going to be displayed like. So if it's going to be from Jakub, if it's going to be from Mike, if it's going to be from Elon Musk, if it's going to be from Tesla, pretty much. Let me just show you very, very quickly. if I go to one of my emails right here, this is the from name. Okay, this is the from name. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. And obviously, if you want to edit the email, you will type it in there. All right, so welcome to the second part of this Brevo tutorial. So in the previous video, we have covered the most basic things, and right now I'm going to show you how to actually import your contacts into your email marketing software. So with that said, let's get into it. So right here, we're gonna click on contacts, and if you can see right here, you're gonna click on import contacts, right? Now, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna click on import. You have import your data, so you're gonna click on contacts, then you're gonna click on continue, and then right here you can either import it from another tool, which I believe is not your case since you are a beginner, or you can copy and paste it from a text file, or you can simply import these contacts from a CSV, XLSX, or text file. And this is what we're gonna do. So let's do it. So let's just click right here and let's just upload it. Now, as you can clearly see, after I uploaded it, this is just like a sample contact list. It's not a real list. It's generated by ChatGPT, but it essentially serves the purpose. Now, what you want to do in this case, you just want to make sure that all these columns, right? First name, last name, phone number, city, state, whatever, is correct, okay? And after you do that, you just confirm the file, okay? Now, the next thing we're gonna see is the column called mapping data. Now, you don't need to know what this is, but basically, this is like a data that the email sending software is gonna associate it with these columns, right? So if it's right, let's see it's a first name, right? Or let's say it's a last name. We need to give these contacts attributes, otherwise the email software will not recognize it, right? So what I mean by this, when you send out an email, right, you do not type in manually their name. You just type in column first name, and then the email marketing software automatically fills it out. So for this case, you need to give the first name some attribute, right? So you just need to check that these data, John, Jane, and Carlos, are the first name, okay? And then you give them the attribute of the first name. Then we have which is the last name, right? So let's just check if it's correct. Doe, Smith, and Gomez, which is obviously the last name. So we will give it an attribute of the last name. Okay, email address. Let's just give it an attribute of email. Phone number. Very, very simple, right? If we want to do SMS marketing, we can select SMS, and then we will select the country these phone numbers are from, right? And the city, state, country, and company name. I wouldn't honestly care about these three. With the company name, let's see if, yeah, there's nothing really, so we don't need to care about this as well. Regarding the job title, that's very important. Make sure you give this attribute a job title. And this is pretty much it. You just click confirm mapping, and this is pretty much it. Now, the last thing it wants from us is to select a list. Now, what is list in email marketing? So list in email marketing is simply list of the contacts you have. Super simple, right? I just wanted to make it clear for you, but it is what it is. Now we have two options, right? We can either select an existing list, right, which is your first list, and just basically some random stuff Brevo created for us. And the second option is to actually create a list. So this is where these contacts we actually have right now are going to be imported into which list are they going to be imported to. Okay, so let's just create the list, right? So let's just say sample list number 1 and click create list. Then let's select the sample list number 1, confirm your list. Now, when you're confirming these conditions, you simply confirm that every single person you have on this list has explicitly agreed to you contacting them and to you using their contact information. So you just select it here, you click confirm your import, and that is pretty much it. Right now, we have our contact list, and now we are ready to message the contact list. So let me just show you. Okay, so to do this, simply click on campaigns. Okay, we're going to be sending out emails to our list. So just click campaigns. Now, let me just move this one a little bit here. We are going to click create campaign, very simple. Now, the software asks us whether we want to send email, SMS, WhatsApp, or web push. So obviously we are going to go for email. Now, campaign name, you just want to name it whatever the purpose of the email is. So let's just say lead nurturing email number 1, create campaign. Okay, now we are in this layout, and what this asks us is very simple. So the sender is basically you, right? This is what we already set up. Now, if you want to set up different sender, different email address this is going to go from, and different name of the person, you simply click on manage sender, but we already did that. Now, recipients, very simple. This is where you select your contact list that we created just a minute ago. So you'll click add recipients, send to, and now you will select the folder and sample list number 1, which is all the context we imported. Okay, and as you can clearly see, we have 5 recipients. So I'll just hit save. Now the subject, super simple. It's the subject line, okay? It's the subject line you want to use in your email. So you're just gonna type in welcome to the community, and here you will add personalization, and this is why you were choosing these attributes before, right? So you'll choose first name, which value should be used, don't care about it. So you simply click first name, insert, and welcome to the community first name. Okay, so it's gonna tell them welcome to the community Jake. Okay, and the preview text, you don't have to type it in, you can type it in if you want. It's already have let's just type in I'm super excited to have you here. Boom, click save. Now the design is essentially what the email is gonna look like, right? I personally don't use design templates, so I pretty much use these plain text emails. Now the reason why I believe the plain text emails are the best is simply because they don't trigger spam, okay? Then they don't land in spam. If your email is just a pure text, the algorithm knows it's not a promotion and it's actually something more. So that's the reason, okay? Now you're simply going to, you can also preview the email, okay? And you're gonna simply click on save and quit. And the last thing, now we want to send the email. Now we have 2 options, right? So let's just click on schedule. And we can either send it right now, which is pretty self-explanatory, or we can schedule it for later. And right here, you simply select the date, click confirm, whatever date, whatever time, and you simply click schedule, and you send it out. Okay, and this is pretty much how you send out the emails. Okay, so right now we have sent out the email, and let's go for the last thing, but very important one, which is the email automation. Now, let me just make myself a little bit bigger. As I've told you, the email automation saves your day and makes your life so much more easier. The reason why this happens is simply because it automates the process. So whenever somebody takes some kind of action and you automate it within your email software, it automatically sends out the email that you want to send after performing a certain action, which, if used correctly, will make your life 100x easier, plus it can make you a lot of money. So let me just show you how to set up a very, very simple automation, okay? We'll just be covering basics today. So, first of all, we need to have some kind of action performed before the automation can occur, okay? And for this case, right, we are going to go over here. We're gonna go into contacts, and we are going to go in forms. Right? Now, form is basically, you know what, let me just show you how the form actually looks like in real life. So the subscription form or the contact form is basically what it looks like in there, okay? So I'm pretty sure you have already seen some of these forms on the internet where you have some kind of service or some kind of free PDF, free report, free webinar, and it wants your first name and your email, and you see a form like this, right? Or form like this, or even like this. Super simple, right? It just wants an email from you, right? So just have a look at it, right? When I want to download this ebook, let me just quickly, okay, so it gives me the ebook right without the email address, which is kind of weird, but I don't care. But what it basically does, it takes your email addresses, and then after people give you these email addresses, then the email is automatically sent out, okay? After they perform the action of actually subscribing. And this is what I'm gonna show you right now. So let's get right into it. So I'm not going to be showing you how to design a form, which is because that's a completely different skill and you don't have to know how to do it as an email marketer. That's responsibility for someone who can design landing pages. However, you can create a new subscription form within the Brevo. So let's just do sample one. You click next. Now in the design, you simply design your form. Now, this editor right here is very, very simple, right? You can simply, it's drag and drop editor, so it's very, very simple. If you click on it, right, you can delete it, right? It's very, very simple. And if you click on this, right, form design, everything is customizable, very, very simple. But we're not going to be wasting time on this, so we're just going to click next. Now, when we have the subscription form, we also want to categorize it, and we also want to select the list that these contacts are going to land to, okay? So for this case, we're gonna select list number one, boom, double confirmation email. So the confirmation that's being sent should be just a simple confirmation email, which is next. Here you have to select a template, right, that you want to use. That's very, very simple. You either create a template or you select the template from Brevo. You click on next, And well, when you have the form, right, you also have to set up the messages that are going to appear in front of the person that's trying to sign up, because if if they successfully sign up, you have to give them some kind of message. If they put in invalid user information, you have to give them some kind of message, blah blah blah, and so on and so on. Very, very simple. You customize these messages in there. So you click next, and then you simply click on done, and that is pretty much it. We've got our sample form. Now we're going to set up the automation. So let's do it. So let's click on automations, click create an automation, and just move this one right here. And let's just click the use the classic editor right here. Now in this column, we're simply going to name our domain. So post sign up email. Allow your contacts to enter the automation more than once. You can do that. That's fine. Click create automation, and let's see. So add an entry point. So what is this? That's the action you want them to perform. So you're gonna click plus, okay? And we are gonna click a contact submits a form. Basically, what we're doing right here is that we're selecting the action that has to be performed in order to perform the automation. Okay, so contact submits a form, and we're simply gonna select the sample number 1 form. Okay, and here we are going to add the email that we want them to send out. Okay, that we want to be sent out. So we're gonna click on plus, we're gonna click on send an email, and we're just going to simply select one of the templates that we already saved up or that the Brevo has prepared for us. Okay, so we're just gonna click some random thing. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. We're gonna click OK, and that's it. The automation is set and done. The only thing we have to do right now is to click activate automation, and we're ready to rock and roll. So with that said, that is pretty much it for this email marketing module, guys. I will also, one more thing that I'm going to show you is that I'm going to show you how to actually set up a professional email signature. And I'm going to do that in the cold email marketing module. So you really have something to look forward to. And yeah, guys, this was pretty much it. Running email marketing software is pretty simple. And yeah, I wish you a great day, and see you soon in the cold email marketing module.